The American Futures Trilogy is a series of 3 books written over the last decade, each of which looks closely at American foreign policy at a time when the United States, to this day, still is the most powerful country in the world, and its international role remains critical for the maintenance of a liberal international order. The purpose of Retreat and its consequences is, frankly, a critique of American foreign policy over the last 8 years. A policy which I think has involved a withdrawal, a retrenchment, a pulling back from America's deep, robust engagements in world affairs. It's an experiment, and an experiment which has failed. And it's an experiment based in part on the ideas of realist thinkers, both policy experts and some academics. Above all, it's an experiment based on the assumptions which Barack Obama brought to the presidency. An assumption that instability, conflict, animosity toward the United States in world affairs was in significant part a reaction to our over-involvement in the world, and that by pulling back, we would foster better relations with adversaries. That if we showed we meant no harm, if we showed an extended hand, if we reached out, if we tried to reset relations with Russia, open up to the Ayatollahs in Iran, show the Chinese that we were not a threat to them, that those countries and others with adversarial relationships, such as the North Koreans, would change their policies. In other words, it put too much of the blame on the United States for mistakes in world affairs and for producing conflict and instability. It also assumed that the international community would step up, quote unquote, that local actors would take on many of the roles that the U.S. has played. The result has been exactly the opposite. The world has become more dangerous, more unstable, more conflictual, and most harmful to American national interests than was the case 8 years ago.